All right, that's recording too. Here we go. Oh, and the YouTube channel's back. So I caught all of the shows up that we missed while it was down, and also
Yay!
I'm still also putting it in
Congrats.
like 3 places because I don't want that ever to happen again. So there's that. It is available now if people want to go catch up on previous episodes. And I'll say that again on the show, so I don't know why I'm saying it now. All right, here we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons. I'm here. This is Scott Johnson with Bo Schwartz, John Jagger, Kristen Ashton, and Kyle Ferguson. And Baby Chunks is here as well. We are here to do yet another episode, and a quick reminder, or actually announcement, that you may have noticed our YouTube channel was killed, and all the previous episodes of There Will Be Dungeons, all of them were up there, and then were gone. Well, now they're back. So if you were trying to get a hold of that, it's super easy to find. Just go to the website, therewillbedungeons.com, click on the YouTube link, and you'll get all our old episodes along with new ones every day. We'll also be putting them in other places, as well as making a collection on Twitch, so that in case anything else goes down, we have eggs in other baskets. Thank you for your patience on that. All right, without any further ado, let's throw the mic over to Kristen, who will catch us up on what happened last time on There Will Be Dungeons.
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, the ritual to resurrect reconvened. Varel and Nash were led to a lulled lodging. Kittigree sat surrounded by speculums, each reflecting a rare representation, but it was Kanja crying that caught consideration through collection. Payment pocketed, Kittigree brought the bodies he'd buried, and rising from reflectors returned Hope and Stanley, Hope no longer lacking limbs. Food for the famished, a feast found the four as Nash and Varel recounted the rambling that had resulted in their prevailing predicament. Pushed for a plan, Stanley and Hope requested a return to their realm, but first, weapons and wearings. While wondering where to wander, bartender Bill sought Stanley's speculation on his situation as half-human. Varel, most merry to finally make known his mate's mopage motive, declared dismal dealings would now dominate their dinners. To the market they made! Varel, skeptical of his sidekick's skins, tried to test their tangibility and tell if the weirs taint tarried by bartering for a broadcasting bauble. Affirming authenticity but not abandoned, Varel then invested in the inn, making for an M-fighting machine to be moved to his means. Next, they were off to be outfitted in Oat to play the part perceived by Varel to potentially procure pay for a portal home, as the soggy feather currently gleamed and glistened under the guise of the golden feather. Now rejoin our heroes as they dare to defy derailment! Can they limelight a lone labor? Will they weaponize in a world weaned of war? And just how long can they last before giving in to another gig? Stay tuned for today's adventure through the secret streets and baffling beats of Sigil.
Expertly done as always. Bo, it's on you.
All right. So picture the city of Sigil. It is an inverted torus. City buildings zoom past, and as they zoom past underneath, as well above and to the left and to the right, buildings swirl around. A bird enters. As it enters into view, and the bird flies around and then lands on a windowsill and then looks in to the building. There's a man lying in a bed. He appears to have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a glowing red eye. The bird flaps his way in and lands on the man's body, and then approaches the glowing red eye that appears to be there and is about to peck. Nash, you wake up and a bird's attacking your eye. Roll for initiative.
All right. Roll for initiative. 4.
Okay, so the bird goes first.
Great.
All right. Okay, so it rolls a 1, and instead of pecking you, it misses, and it sort of flaps its wings a bit, and it takes a shit on your chest.
Oh,
And
how
it's floating
convenient.
above you. Your turn.
All right. Well, hopefully if I roll a 1, I can also take a shit.
Shit on the bird.
I'm going to Where is it? It's in within reach?
It's flapping its wings just above you, just
All
above
right.
your head.
I'm gonna take
There's feathers everywhere.
my fresh new arm that I apparently have, and I'm going to strike it out of my way, just like whack it off to the side.
All right, that's a strength attack roll. You're not proficient in an unarmed strike, so it'll just be your strength modifier.
14.
Okay, you punch it. You do 1 plus your strength modifier damage.
Yeah, I have no modifier.
Okay, so you punch it as hard as you can. You just bring your fist up, you just go paf, and a bunch of feathers just go pow, and the bird ricochets off your fist and into well, who's sleeping on the couch? Is anyone sleeping on the couch?
Oh, I don't know. Do we have a
Who's the couch person? Varella's under the bed. Stanley, are you in the same bed as Nash or in another
No,
bed?
I think I kicked Nash onto the couch. So,
was
if
I on
he's
the
on
couch?
the bed, then I would be on the couch. yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's just how that ended up today. So the Stanley, you don't sleep, right? Or you
Yeah,
half
I
sleep?
sleep.
What's
Yeah,
you
I
sleep?
sleep.
Okay, you're not nothing anymore. You're Stanley.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so a bird lands into your lap, and you sort of wake up, and you see this bird clutching at his claws are clutching at your jerkin. What do you wear to sleep? Do you wear like a night robe? Maybe it's your night robe.
Yeah, just underclothes, just basic
Okay.
underclothes.
The
Jerkin.
bird's clawing at you, and you wake up.
Jerkin makes me laugh.
Eh.
Roll for initiative. You can
Oh.
join the combat.
I'm not gonna comment. I'm just gonna shoot.
All right, the bird attacks you.
Oh Jesus, a super
18.
aggressive bird.
Yeah.
All right, it deals 1 damage to you as it pecks your cheek, and then there's a little cut on your cheek, and it's like flapping all above you. Nash, it's your turn.
Oh, we should really have music for that fight. I don't know what it would be though. Oh, I know what it would be. Be like this. All right, so my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to rush the bird, try to either corner it or shoo it out the door.
How do you more detail? Are
Uh,
you just making noise like "Blah!"
picture me naked. All right.
Always.
Rather not, but
Hold on,
you
I'm
know,
just-
whatever you got to do to get us in the right place.
My chair kept moving. All right, I'm gonna stand up, kind of just in a crouchy kind of. What's his name on Street Fighter? The green guy. What's his
Blanca.
name? Blanca style, just kind of like this. And I'm just all spread eagle, so my freaking Cthulhu crotch is just sort of flapping in the wind because it's all back now, I assume. And and I'm just gonna go, you little piece of shit, and I'm gonna chase it head on as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and try to corner it or scare it over to the door. That's the goal.
Okay, well, you're able to run up to it. You're within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
Is there an action? You have magic? You want to try a survival check? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm
An
gonna try
intimidation
to.
check, maybe?
I want to try to
scare it.
I want to grab it. I want to grab it, and I want to.
Oh.
Hold
Well,
it.
it's a dexterity versus strength contest then.
All right.
All right,
Hold
for a
on.
grapple.
My dexterity?
Nope,
Oh.
my dexterity, your strength.
Well, mine's either way at 0. So
So roll a die.
5. It's about right, actually. Chickens are hard to catch.
Yeah, you try to catch it, and it dodges and like flaps out of the way and flaps into the air.
I keep saying chicken. It's not a chicken, is it?
You don't know what kind of bird it is. It's white and feathery. Maybe it's a seagull.
Now it's a chicken.
Varel and Hope, the noise of this interaction both awake you. Do you want to join the initiative roll?
Hope's just gonna look over groggily, angry that she got woken up by bullshit.
Varel?
Am I there or am I downstairs working on breakfast?
You are in, everyone's sleeping. You're under the bed.
Oh,
Unless you don't sleep anymore or something. I don't know.
no. I'm here. I wake up and find my companions battling a foul bird.
Okay. Do you want to join the initiative roll or no?
Yes.
Joining combat? Yes? All right. Roll initiative.
21.
Hope-
Okay.
hope
It's
can
your
I
turn.
manage.
John, are you joining in?
I mean, I guess I didn't know the friggin' bird was gonna stick around for a fight. Yeah, I'm gonna be. That's gonna be 17.
All right. So, Varel, you're up first.
All right. I will grab the water pitcher off the table and swing it at the bird.
Okay, so it takes half your movement speed to stand up, so you can't close the distance between you and the bird. So you can throw it at it, but you can't hit it with it.
I throw the pitcher.
Okay, you throw the pitcher, make an attack roll.
Range dex attack is 15.
Okay, so it is a connecting strike. Do you have any improvements to improvised weapons, or is it just 1 plus strength? There's some baby trading going on.
This is a dex attack, so I am not proficient in the ranged ability.
Yeah, I don't think a jug is a thrown weapon.
Well, I mean, it'd be improvised, right? So we're doing.
I'm just determining damage. You don't roll 1d4s for improvised, right? You're just 1 plus.
Yes, I'm not a
This-
bar brawler.
What's your dex?
My
modifier?
dex is +2.
All right, so you do 3 points of damage to the bird. You nail it, and it falls to the ground, limp. And the the kerfuffle is seemingly over. Nash is standing in the middle of the room, looking like Blanca, and Stanley, you're slightly perturbed, lying on the couch.
I want to be looping animation like Blanca too, just like
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Naked in front of Stanley. Too close for Stanley's
Gotta go.
comfort, probably.
down.
Nash, could you please put some clothes on?
As soon as I get rid of the bird, freaking
Why
birds.
Bird
was
is
there-
vanquished.
Why was there a bird in here to begin with? Why did you throw a bird at me?
It's probably friends with that shit bird we had. He's not here, right? We don't have nothing with us.
No.
Yeah, the previous occupant we had with us. I never trusted that guy. It's probably one of his birds. Bird minion.
Her.
One of her bird minions.
Well, whatever it is, good to see you're all in one piece. Wish I was seeing less of it. Why don't you lay back down and cover up and let the rest of us sleep in a little bit?
Fine by me, and I'll plop back down and pull whatever covers I had, like blanket on top of me again, and lay there.
All right. Is everyone
Feel
else
like
going
I've-
back to sleep?
Seen into
Yes.
the
Back to
abyss.
sleep.
What time was it? Was it late?
It's pretty early in the morning, maybe at 6 in the morning.
Okay.
I'll pick up the bird and lay it out on the table.
Uh-huh. You do so.
How do we know this is an agent of some foul being?
Or I'll go to bed.
I'm too tired to care.
I think it's
You're all new here. I mean, it's been 8 days, but still. This bird could be a spy or could be writing a newspaper.
We could be spies, Varel.
He's going to be a spy or writing a newspaper.
He could be writing a newspaper.
Based on our experience, these are real fears.
Nash, this is your problem. Hand me your pillowcase.
Okay. I don't know what you need this for, but here you go.
Take the pillowcase, and I lay it on top of the bird, and put the pitcher and glasses around it to kind of make a, like a Frankenstein sheet that's held down, so the
Mhm.
bird won't go anywhere.
Gotcha. Done.
And I can tell if it'll be disturbed and if it moved.
I see. Okay, so it's sort of like, yeah, okay. You want to see if anybody bothers it or if it moves
Yeah.
on its own. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll
You do
eye it
well.
as I climb back under the bed.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to go back to sleep?
Yeah, I don't want to get up yet.
Yeah.
What time does everyone want to get up?
8.
Well, I don't know. I took 1 HP damage, so better make it a long rest.
So
I figure I'm
Varel-
probably doing a 5:30 for breakfast with Bill.
Yeah, it's 6, so it'd be time for you to get up.
Oh, okay. Then I'm
Yeah,
heading
Noel
out.
slept in. Yeah, all right. Varel's heading out.
I'll
Okay.
get another hour or so.
Okay, so everyone else is going to be up at 7?
Yeah, I'll do 7. That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to cough quickly once.
This is how time passes in D&D.
Yep.
And Varel, you make your way downstairs, and as you descend the stairs from the upper floors where the executive suite that you stay in resides, you see the bright lights spilling up the stairwell of the new M Fighting marionette machine that you had recently purchased and has been installed for a few days now. And as you descend down, you see sitting gloriously in the center of the bar area the M Fighting machine, the professional level stall made for pro competition. It sits there glowing, still operating. Doesn't require any power sources. It just works and just exists there. You see Bill pulling up his pants, coming out of the back of the kitchen. He's like, "Oh, did I slip in? Sorry, Varel."
It is fine. We should begin on breakfast.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, the two of you begin, I guess, prepping vegetables and food for the day.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So then that's what you do. An hour goes by, and the rest of the party wakes up.
All right, get up, get my equipment on, get everything together, head downstairs.
I'm gonna hop out of bed and go, Stanley, look at this, and I'm just gonna pose like Schwarzenegger style.
Yeah, today's the first day where you have seemingly all of your limbs back. Your baby arm, your Cthulhu hole, everything.
Look at me, I'm whole
Yeah.
again. What?
I saw it an hour ago, and it was darker. I don't know why you thought I was going to enjoy it better with more light.
I thought maybe it wasn't totally done. Needed another hour to cook or whatever, but this is great.
I can assure you,
Hope's
Nash,
gonna
you
look.
need another hour to cook.
Hope's gonna shake her head in disappointment and walk out.
Oh, well, it feels great. And then I'll grab. What am I gonna wear? It occurs to me that perhaps.
Well, as the week's gone on, you've prepared for this moment.
Okay.
So, Varel, remember, you didn't get fancy clothes. So Hope and Varel and Stanley, you have a set of, rich clothing, which you can add to your inventory in some way. Nash, you didn't get one, but since 8 days passed, I'm sure they could have, Varel could have helped you with something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some
yeah,
kind of
I was
like-
going to purchase some clothes when he was ready.
Did you want him to have rich people clothes?
No.
Yeah.
Varel,
Yes.
I'm asking.
Oh
Okay.
no, for the. You're
Yeah,
right.
So
I do.
so Nash, you do have a set of clothes that you don't like to wear like a child, but
Yeah.
it's it's basically it's like almost like it's not a schoolboy outfit, but it's kind of that vein where it's like a jacket and a button-up shirt and pants that go to the knees, and then you wear stockings on the feet, and then they're like black shoes that buckle on them.
Okay.
Those are the clothes that you have,
He looks like a pilgrim.
pretty much.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah, what does the fancy clothes that Varel had made for us look like?
Oh, we took yours. Remember, yours is a jerkin with same sort of slacks as Nash, with stockings and a belt buckle, black polished shoe. And what do you remember what you ordered, Hope? I believe it was
A
like it was a
scarf
frock.
of some kind,
It was
I
like
think.
it was a gorgeous looking frock of some
Yeah,
kind.
black and gold dress, big purse.
Yeah, exactly. Very
Yeah.
beautiful, very exquisite looking. Yeah.
That's right. We have to look fancy. I forgot about that.
And Varel has a tuxedo.
Oh my gosh, a lizard folk in a tuxedo. Amazing.
Yeah. So do you wear this now, Varel, or do you only take it out for formal occasions?
I do not wear it during the hard work of breakfast, but I make sure to put it on before people show up.
Perfect. Stanley and Hope, are you dressing in your fancy clothes, or do you have alternate clothes you've obtained since?
I got an alternate, more my own personal taste set of nice clothes, which I
Okay.
will wear that with the studded leather armor on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just general jeans, t-shirt, leather jacket, kind of a thing for
Had a
going
hard time
out wearing
finding
for Hope.
jeans here.
Then
Those
just
jeans.
slacks.
Yeah. Okay. Jeans, very Earth-like clothing.
Mhm.
Word. All right. So Nash, I don't know if you were busy recovering, so you didn't really shop for your own clothes, so you only have this schoolboyish looking outfit to wear.
Do I not have just like regular cloak wear that's for non we have to impress people times?
I mean, have you gone out shopping for such things?
No.
Then you don't have it.
Okay, so the lizard didn't give me any. Then I will wear that. That's fine. Let's just wear it.
Okay.
I'll put it all on. Look
You
like
could
a
totally go
dumbass.
shopping today if you want to change up your look, though. I mean, this
Well,
is your game.
We'll see
Your
how it
world.
goes. If we're out and about and there's a logical time for me to do that, I'll do it. But for now, I'll live with what I got.
Okay. So perfect. So it's now 7. Everyone wakes up. What's your normal routine? And do you go down for breakfast? Do you stay in your room and read? What's the deal? I think it sounded like everyone's going downstairs.
Yeah, I want to eat.
Yeah, breakfast.
All right. So like clockwork, right on time, Burrell, your family descends the stairs and takes their seats at the table, waiting for breakfast.
Nash, did you remember to bring your books for the school day? We wouldn't want you to have to fall behind the other kids.
You're hilarious. You're gonna have to wear this stupid stuff too. It's not just me.
I'm not wearing it now, is the point.
I know. We're gonna get me a cloak while we're out here. If I have to, I'll put a hole in a blanket and just wear that. I hate this.
Setting your standards a bit low.
It's fine. I'd be happy to run around here naked, but I don't know that.
Surely you have enough to afford a cloak.
Here's the thing. Anyone that knows me in this place thinks I'm a floating heart with tentacles and stuff hanging off of it that have just sort of changed over the last few days. 3 days ago, I was half a torso, an ear, and like a foot. So they've seen worse from me. It's not a big deal. I'll just wear this for now. I'll find a blanket later, put a couple holes in it. I'm going to need some relaxing wear for night.
It's just you may want to theme it a little bit. You're a conjurer of the primal forces, and right now you don't strike that much intimidation into those who gaze upon you, is all.
Well, great. They can suck on my fireball while they're not being intimidated. I don't care.
I'll cruise around with the breakfast plates and lay them out, and I think Nash's skull is very intimidating.
See? Rel knows.
It's something.
Besides,
Maybe the problem is I know him too well.
Well, that is definitely a problem. But what I'm saying is if there's a fight, if something goes down, fine. Let them think that I'm not going to do much, and then I'll do much. How about that?
I like it. It's a good strategy, Nash.
All right.
You've certainly dressed the part for it.
There's a knock at the door.
At the tavern door?
No, yeah, at the tavern door. Varel, around this time, you know that the delivery boy delivers the day's publications. It's pretty much on time.
I tighten my bow tie and approach the door.
Okay. You see that there's a small man standing, the silhouette of a small man standing in the doorway.
I open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you see a small, sort of hunched over man. Good morning, Governor. I've got your magazines and papers.
Thank you very much, though I am not a governor.
Right then. It's just a figure of speech, eh? Maybe I'll call you Burke. Here, Burke. Your papers.
Fine, Governor. Thank you.
He's still holding it. Where should I put them?
Inside, please.
He sort of walks in. He's got a little bit of a hobble. You know him. You see him. He's pretty much there every morning.
Must we do this every morning? You can enter. You need not knock.
Now, I'm a professional at delivering the day's news. I don't presume anything.
Right.
Have a good morning.
Good
Say
morning.
hello to Bill for me.
Will do.
And he whistles on his way out the door.
All right, well, let's take a look and see, and I'll flip open the first publication.
All right. Well, right on top is a new M Sports Weekly magazine, and there's a giant picture of, hand-drawn picture of Kanja, and in big bold letters, Kanja found dead.
Oh, friends, he died.
Who
Of
died?
shame or tear leakage.
Who died?
We'll look up confused.
Kanja, he died. The man that was getting his tears taken by the mere man.
This was the one you told us was he was multiple people inside one person.
Yes, that's a good point. I wonder if all of him died.
Yeah, exactly how does that work?
And I'll read on. Does it say?
Okay, you read on the article. It's quite sensational, but the salient facts are thus. Earlier yesterday morning, Kanja was found tied by the neck, like hung and burned. And then all the little men who formed part of his, the weird, strange being that he was, some of them were found, dead in various places throughout his home. But it was a home invasion. He was apparently hung and then burned. Or maybe he was burned and hung. They're not sure which order it happened. And the authorities, in particular the Harmonium, are investigating.
The Harmonium. I'm not familiar with them.
Do I know what the Harmonium is? In my studies
So
about
through your
civil-
travels, you've heard, trying to figure out what the power structures are. It's very vacuous and nebulous. But you've heard of the Harmonium before as being a faction of Sigil, and that they are committed to the order, the rule of law and orderly order above all things, the most good for the most people. So they're kind of this de facto police force, but they are not engaged by the Lady of Pain or any power. They've just taken it upon themselves to be the police force.
Well, that seems certainly very unfortunate for him, but, I mean, do you think they're targeting M Sports players? This isn't something we should be worried about, right?
Could be. It may be that small fellow followed through with his assassination. Kanja did own him a great amount of money.
The small fella, the halfling you told us about?
Yes, the one with the silly accent.
Well, either way, didn't you also say he swore vengeance upon you?
Oh, that is true. But he seems to do that all the time. I figured his list was long.
Could be. Maybe he sent a deadly bird assassin after you.
That's right, the bird, and I run upstairs.
Okay.
I'll call after him
You-
and say, Varel,
you
I
run
think he's...
upstairs.
I
You
think
run upstairs into the room,
Yeah.
and you look at the table. And you see the bird is gone, and everything on the table disturbed. Like all
What?
all the water is off,
He's right.
and there's no bird. The cloth you put over top of it's like lifted off.
Survival check. I want to track this.
Okay.
13.
You look carefully at the cloth and the ruined crime scene, and you determine that he must not have been completely dead and broke his way free and flew off.
Strong bird.
Seems like the sort of thing he'd want you to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look out the window and see if I can see any birds.
Perception roll, please.
21.
So you see a total of maybe 6 birds in various parts of your view, differing colors. One sort of red with a black stripe, and you see a few of the white seagull types that also share similar physiology to the one that you injured, but none of them appear injured to you, so maybe not the same ones. They all kind of look the same, apart from their colors. A few
Spies, all of
black
them.
birds sitting up on top of a roof to the right. Are you going to war with the birds?
I'll walk away this time, but
I will not rest until every bird in Sigil is dead or behind bars.
I'll come back downstairs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Come back downstairs.
How'd it go, Varel?
He's gone. The bird is gone.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Did someone take him, or did he leave on his own?
I believe that bird was not all he seems. A picture should have been enough to kill a bird, at least in our world.
Yeah, this place is strange, though.
But what if you just knocked him out?
Surely I threw it hard enough.
I mean, maybe he may have flown off with some last vestige of his own energy, but maybe he's dead now. I've seen animals do that before. You hit them hard enough, they don't die for a while. It's kind of dark and terrible, but it happens.
That's comforting, Nash. Thank you.
You bet.
You bet.
I must attend to breakfast.
We'll make a note if we see any birds flying around with rope and lighter fluid. We'll be on high alert.
Okay, so a few, 10, 15 minutes goes by. Bill comes out, opens the front door. Place is open for business. Pharrell, I imagine you'll bring out breakfast for your companions and sit with them to eat. So breakfast begins, and you're all seated at the table, and Bill's at the bar, just getting, wiping the surfaces and getting the place tidied up.
Friends, with Nash regenerated, it is time to begin our plan.
Oh, we're calling this finished. Okay, very well. What's the next step?
We locate a portal home.
All right, and we're doing that by going to the clerk's ward. Is that correct?
Correct. And we can assume that anyone in there is going to require money for these services and to look the part in order to actually get the information we need and not be sideswiped by any hate of the poor. We must look our best, our absolute best. I will hire us a taxi.
I'll go
Crap,
get
we're supposed
dressed.
to look,
Well, I'm dressed and ready to go. Let's do it.
All
I was
right,
supposed to look at what the proper name of that was. I didn't. All right, taxis it is.
It
go
has
get
a
changed into the fancy clothes.
proper name.
Yeah. All right, we're just gonna call them rickshaws because that's kind of what they're like.
Yeah.
Excellent. The most exquisite of rickshaws shall be ours.
I'm keeping my weapons, but I guess I'll just be in fine clothes and not armor at the moment.
Yeah. So you're bringing weapons with you
Yeah.
to go to the clerk's ward? Okay, just asking, clarifying.
He's asking. John's saying yeah in a way that
Yeah.
suggests that he wonders
So what are you
why
gonna-
you would ask.
I always bring weapons when I go to the clerk's ward.
Hey,
Very well.
If you lived the kind of lives we had, you would.
That's right.
Excellent. Okay,
Now,
so
friends,
I'll
something
stop.
comes to mind. Nash
Yeah.
survived his journey inside the heart. Could it be that in the sewers here, your other items await?
Oh.
Hope your pistols may yet lie in the basement of Sigil.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're dragon metal, aren't they?
Same as Nash's heart.
Yeah.
All right.
So before we leave, we may want to inspect in some regard. I have hopes that I will find outside a planet with a face on it my friend Grosjean again.
Well, could you show us where we landed at some point? Maybe that would be the best place to look.
Perhaps.
You and Nash both landed there. Would make sense. That's where our items would have wound up.
I did sell the location for a rather hefty fee.
What was the fee?
Information upon my arrival. But the small man, another small man, a different small man, seemed rather excited about procuring the rights to this location. It may be difficult to invade again.
Alright, well, order of things, clerk's ward, then maybe we can go scout out this place where we all arrived. And who knows, maybe the items didn't make the journey. Maybe we get back and they're sitting right where we left them.
Excellent. Bill,
Yeah.
I'm heading to the clerk's ward. Tubby will be by later to give lessons.
Chubby.
Yes.
Chubby Flavor Beard?
Tubby Flavorbeard. He cheated, but he's a good man. And he's
You know how
offered-
I feel about having ghosts in the Soggy Feather.
He is capable of urination, and you should take his corporeal nature into question.
Very well. Only because it's you, Varel.
Thank you, Bill.
Well, good luck with your clerk's ward business.
I guess we finish breakfast and call the rickshaw.
Yeah.
Okay, so breakfast is finished. You take out your plates, put them back, as you don't want to leave a mess for Bill, and then you make your way outside and summon a rickshaw just by waving the hand. You're in the Soggy Feather, and your home base is in a fairly active part of the merchant's ward. So there's an intersection nearby with the Welcome Center. There's a lot of other businesses, local fruit and vegetable vendors nearby. Very easy to pick up a rickshaw. There's 3 or 4 humans, fit like gladiator-looking humans wearing nothing but tight shorts and have moccasins on, are just waiting there. So you flag one down, and he runs up and he goes, "Where can I take you?"
To the clerk's ward.
"Very well, get into my rickshaw and I'll take you there immediately."
Do we all fit in
I feel
one?
like we've met before.
Yeah, it does feel like
We've never met before. And then I'd remember you, buddy. All right, let's go. And then you guys all get in, you start running, and as he's running, he turns his head back. And so you can see from the back, because all he's wearing is shorts, just his tight buttocks, all muscular, just running. It's just like, and he's sort of shining. There's this like shining glow of bronze on him. He's almost like more god than man in terms of his physique. Very strong. For those of you who are interested in such things, it's quite mesmerizing. And he turns around and looks back and he says, "It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? Great day to be out running. Where are you off to?" As he runs.
The very clerk's ward we requested.
"Yeah, but what are you doing there?"
I'm not familiar with this exchange.
He's just
"Oh,
making.
this is I'm making conversation."
Yeah, it's small. Varel, it's that small talk we've talked about, where some people just want to talk, pass the time.
Oh, he's bored.
Yeah.
Are you bored, sir?
"No, I'm not bored. I just enjoy knowing more about my clients." Clients, I said that word. My clients.
My clients.
Someone talk about yourself.
I got nothing.
Do you enjoy this line of work?
Well, I'm quite good at it on account of my great physique, but it's not my true passion. Until I make it big following my true passion, rickshawing it is. It's good money for what I do, and it gets me out into the nice Sigil air.
I have to ask, what is your true passion?
Oh, I write and recite poetry.
Oh, you do. That's a
Down at the
very-
Dangly Dozen. I do my sets every Friday night.
I'm sorry, the Dangly Dozen?
That's right.
Okay. Sing us or do us a poem. Let's hear it.
No, not while I'm running on the rickshaw. I won't deliver it correctly. But you can come. Why don't you come to one of my recitals?
At the Dangly Dozen.
Do you
The
happen
Dangly
to
Dozen.
have a pamphlet or card or something?
No. The Dangly Dozen. It's in the Merchants District, but not deep in the Merchants District. It's right on the edge of the Gymnasium District. It's just ask around. Dangly Dozen.
Why is it called that? I'm curious. Why is it called the Dangly Dozen? What are the dozen? 12 of what?
I don't know. It's just a hot spot for poetry right now.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you.
All right.
It's kind of a weird name, right?
It is. It's a little disconcerting. Okay, though.
But I'll ask the owner now that you mention it.
Okay. You've never
You
never
guys
been
gonna come
curious.
see me?
You've never been curious yourself about it.
Are you guys gonna come see me when I go to recite?
If we
We might have
I'm-
time.
Yeah, we have a very packed schedule, but if we can
Oh,
make it.
Wait
we-
a second. He slows down the rickshaw. And he's looking down. 1 second. And then he puts the rickshaw down, and then he bends over right in front of you to tie his shoelace.
Hope's pretty mesmerized by this.
And his glowing bronze buttock is just it's like a muscle that just exists in time and space. And then he gets back up and he lifts up the rickshaw and keeps running, and he goes, "So where was I?" So come to the recital on Friday night. What's that?
The danglies.
The dangling does. The dangling doesn't. I'm Fambo Joe. You'll see me right on the list.
Fanbo Joe. What?
Fambo Joe.
Maybe you already said. What time are you usually there?
My set starts around 7:30. It depends on who else is opening ahead of me. There's a whole bunch of us that do poetry. Like 15 different poets. Goes till midnight. It's a special kind of poetry.
What do you mean by special kind of poetry?
Well, it's a more like urban style of poetry than traditional poetry that you would know from some king's court or something like that. You know, I'm not some bard. I'm a real street person.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's called wham poetry.
Oh my gosh.
It's really exciting stuff. You should come.
That's great, Fanbo Joe.
If it's all wham lyrics when we get there, we're gonna regret this. If it's all wham lyrics.
It's fantastic that you're exploring your passions and that this affords you the opportunity to do so.
I think so. And if I ever, look, I just need one opportunity, to get my poetry out there in front of a publisher, and then boom, I'll have it made in the shade, and I don't have to do this rickshaw anymore.
Yeah,
You guys wouldn't happen to know anybody in that field going to the clerk's ward? Know somebody who's in the publishing business?
No.
I don't believe so. Varel, you have a better idea of these things.
Are we not going to discuss this man's immaculate buttocks?
Hope will cough.
I mean, we can.
I don't think we were necessarily planning on it, but here we are now.
It's artfully crafted, sir. Congratulations.
Oh, I thank you. I work out 4 times a week.
Ah, working out. I have never performed this activity.
Well, in the absence of an actual place to be, our normal selves in the wilds, our bodies become fat and purposeless. So one must continue to train to be prepared. You should work out, Lizard Man. No,
I should. It has been 8 long days, and I have been trapped in a cage.
How much exercise have you done in 8 days?
What?
Have you done any exercise in the past 8 days?
No, I've gone up and down stairs. I am feverish with the need to destroy.
Oh. He slows down. He puts down the rickshaw a little bit. He says, "Listen," he digs through his thing. "Talk to my buddy William." And he gives you this card. All right, at the Bronze Gymnasium.
Knew he had
Bronze.
cards in there. Knew it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's sweaty and a little wet, but he gives it to you.
Ew. Foul.
No,
He's like,
don't
my-
take it for.
My buddy William at the Bronze Gymnasium can set you up with a good discount, and they've got great machines in there for exercise.
Machines.
Yeah, just like weights, he goes like this. You push up on the weight, and it strengthens your muscles, and then he does like this with his arm. Unfortunately, I shouldn't do it because nothing appears, but I'm like, it's the same looking. But he flexes his arm, and it's just like all these muscles pop out as if he's a transformer made of muscles.
Wonderful. Beautiful. This man is beautiful, friends.
Yeah, he's quite the
Why does
specimen.
not?
He's fine.
Is every person capable of this?
No.
He puts
well,
his hand on your knee, and he says, "That's too kind."
Oh.
Nash,
Yeah.
why have you not formed your physique into such a beautiful form?
I don't have that option. Also, I think
We could fix that.
I mean, it's
None of
possible.
that negative talk. Come down to the Bronze Gymnasium. We'll get you set up.
Nash, you can come with me.
He's right. If you go to the gym, you can get more. You can get more. You can get better. Yes, he's right.
Stanley, Hope? Shall we all to the gymnasium?
Varel, I think this one's on you. And then Hope will look away, sad.
Do you not wish to have such a butt, Hope?
But hope.
Varel, you can have
Trap
whatever
question.
butt you want.
Stanley.
Yes, Varel.
You no longer have a flying sword.
That is correct. Thank you,
You may-
for bringing that up.
Sorry. You may have to swing it with your own accord.
I mean, I have magic that can do most of these things.
No one wishes to have...
Varel,
Fulton-
I'm a half elf. I'm naturally lithe and skinny. I don't need to go to the gym and look like this.
Well, that's not true.
necessarily.
We've got elves at the Bronze Gymnasium.
Yes.
They can build muscle.
You don't have to.
I'm good.
Then I shall venture alone to this William.
If we have time, Varel.
Fine, if we have time.
He looks over and says, I'm sorry. He takes his hand off Varel's knee and looks at you. It's kind of awkward for a second. He just behaves. He's like,
Wait, looking at who?
he's looking at Hope.
At Hope. This guy's swinging a few.
Hope just stares back.
Well, seeing as we're not moving, maybe Varel would like to get his exercise by being the one to carry the rickshaw.
Bam.
That was a not so subtle hint to continue the trip, friend.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
No, the other person
I
taking
thought-
us
I
to
thought-
our destination.
I thought your friend Varel here was going to take up the rickshaw.
Varel, maybe there is merit in not only exercising one's body, but also one's mind.
So the man moves up and picks up the rickshaw, but he leaves space for Varel and he says, "There's enough room for two of us, Varel."
Absolutely. My pleasure.
All
Go,
right.
Varel.
So now, Varel.
I take off my fancy shoes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
put them
Oh, you're wearing your tux, right?
Yeah, I'm in my full tux, so I'll
Take
I'll
off your-
unbutton a little bit and take off the shoes and roll up the pants.
Okay. Do you sweat a lot as a lizard folk or no?
I don't believe I sweat. I think I have to like pant and lick my
Yes,
eyeballs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So you both run, and now the rest of the party sees both this man's brilliant bronze buttocks gleaming in the light, but also Varel's a very chiseled physique as well. His buttocks somewhat hidden by his tail. But yeah, the two men are now carrying you. So Varel, you let him steer, so he's sort of taking the lead, and you're just providing pure muscle power for pushing. The rickshaw starts going really fast,
Do
and
not
everyone's got to
trust those.
clamp down on their stuff. Anything loose might fly off as the two of them go careening down the road. I need an animal handling check for not an animal handling. What would be a good check? It's just you're not
Animal
handling an
handle
animal.
sounds right.
Yeah, okay, let's do animal handling.
11.
Okay, so your experience is that he's much more experienced on the rickshaw than you are, and you made some flubs and there's some coordination errors, but nothing that results in a crash. He continues to talk to you from the side. So, how long have you been in Sigil? Have you been here all your life?
There's 12 days.
12 days. So you're new here.
Very new.
Have you had anyone show you around the city?
I had a tour from an expensive bird and several angry Palor priests.
Oh, no, not the factols. No, you don't want them. You need somebody who really knows the city to show you where all the really cool spots are.
I would like to see these cool spots.
Really? What about your friends? Do they want to see, or is it, you know?
If I look back while we're running, if they have time.
Well, you know, maybe here's an idea. It's always easier to communicate things, you know, when it's just kind of one-on-one. So why don't you and I meet, and then you can tell your friends about all the stuff I showed you.
That's excellent. I could attend your poetry whamming, and then we
Yeah.
proceed out into the evening.
I like it. So this Friday, 7. What should we be? 6:00? Do you want to have dinner first?
I have to serve dinner at my restaurant, so I will meet you
Oh.
afterwards.
Okay. What time is good for you? Like my set starts at 7:30. I'd love it if you could see it. It'd be so great.
7:30 it is then. I will be there.
Okay, perfect. And the rest of the party can't really hear what's being said, but you see them like just talking super animatedly, and it's
Hope's
real.
gonna look over at Stanley and give like a little smile and nod over at Varel and his new friend.
Yeah.
Stanley also gives like a little knowing.
Mm-hmm. Something
Okay.
a little funny
Anyways,
going on here.
well, looks like we're here, and Fambo Joe runs up to one of the buildings, and he says, "Okay, so we're in the clerk's ward. We're just in here. Do you know exactly what building you're going to?"
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm sure if you go in one of these buildings, someone will be able to direct you where you need to go. What are you looking for?
We are inquiring about portals.
Specifically,
Portals.
the record of ownership for a portal.
Yeah, I don't know. If it ain't poetry and it ain't rickshaw, and it ain't cool spots in the city, it's not really my area of expertise. So how about I let you off here? That'll be 1 gold piece, please.
A fair fee for fair travel, and I pay him.
Don't forget the tip.
Oh, yes, customs dictate a tip. What is customary for a tip?
A
I
tip,
ask.
you did half the work.
15 to
I
20%.
enjoyed myself.
That's what old Nash will say. 15 to 20%.
15 to 20.
They told us that in the solar mines. It's good practice.
Solar mines.
I will give him 20 silver pieces.
Okay, very good. I give him 20 pieces, and he says, "I'll see you Friday, Varel."
See you then.
And everyone gets off the rickshaw, and he picks the rickshaw up, and he runs off with his bronze buttocks following him behind. And that's all you see as he moves into the distance. Now, in the clerk's ward, you notice that there are a lot of taller, more medieval buildings, still made either of wood or of some sort of brown, gross stucco. In the windows, it's not like office complex windows. The windows are still very ornate and medieval style. There are lots of tall buildings here, though, not really a residential area. And you see there's a lot of people dressed in fancy clothes, sort of walking to and fro, having quiet conversations, not a noisy part of town, unlike the Merchant's Ward. There's a lot of din of conversation, of music, of things happening. It's rather peaceful and quiet here. But the buildings all kind of look the same, and nothing is labeled.
All right, well, we need to find somebody who can point us in the direction of whoever might have a record of ownership for a portal to Earth.
Excellent. And I readjust my pants and put my shoes back on.
Okay.
Anybody have any ideas where to begin on that front?
My experience in the city is you start walking and start asking questions.
Easy enough. We start walking.
All right, you
Asking
begin
questions.
walking down the road. You notice that there are people walking, alongside you. There are people walking in the opposite direction on the side of the road. A horse and carriage speeds on by to your left as you. And on the sides, you see that there are people sitting down on little benches eating frogs on a stick. That there's a little frogs on a stick vendor over towards the street corner. There are people everywhere.
I want a frog on a stick, I say.
Me too, Nash.
Sounds good. Where do we get it?
The sound of one of them being eaten.
Oopsies, I didn't mute.
The
It was
full
flavorful.
work. I heard it when I wasn't looking, and I was like, "Whoa, Scott found
Yeah,
a
really got
good
some
sound for
some
that."
good sound clips going for that.
Sorry, I took a bite of an onion ring and it was really crunchy. It sounded like.
That was perfect
Frogs on a
timing.
stick. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, you want to get a frog on the stick?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's a vendor over on the corner. He seems to have sort of this floating island, and there's these deep fryers and this like big cauldron full of frogs. And whenever somebody orders them, he puts a stick in one of the frogs that are alive. He lifts it up and he puts the stick thing in, and then he closes the lid, and then he sticks it into this pile of oil that's just boiling over this flame.
Okay. Go ahead.
And you take a look at it, and he seems to be some kind of maybe human, maybe some other race you've never encountered before. Very humanoid looking, very dill pickle colored skin, like green. And he kind of just looks friendly, but a little strange.
Excuse me.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, I want one of those. He'll take me off guard just a tiny bit with that reply, and I'll just say, I want one of these, frog on a stick, please.
2 free.
You want a small or an extra large?
Two. Wait, is there nothing in between small and extra large?
We got big ones and small ones.
Do you make these?
Yeah, I make them.
Do you wear gloves and stuff, or what are you doing back there?
Why would I wear gloves for?
Oh, Varel, I don't know about this. All right, give us 2 of them. Make them extra large. We're hungry.
Very good. And then he goes to the cauldron and he opens it up, and he sticks 2 stick skewers in, and he pulls them out, and you see the frog's legs and arms sort of going all crazy. Oh, I got you some juicy ones. I'll put them in the fryer. And he walks over and he puts them in the fryer. That'll take a minute or two.
Would you happen to know anything about the buildings around here?
Yes, sweet child, I do.
We're looking to find out portal information.
Portal information. What kind of portal information?
Who owns what, where we could find the different ones?
I don't think you can own a portal. The Lady of Pain forbids ownership of portals. Unless I'm mistaken.
Are there records of where portals can be found around here?
Oh, everywhere, everywhere. This is the clerk's ward. Lots of information here. So while it is forbidden to own a portal, it's not forbidden to keep the portal a secret. And if you were managing a trade route, like where I get my delicious froggies, you would have to know the person who knows the routes.
That's it. We're bringing him with us.
I hate him. I hate him.
We're adopting this man.
He's an extremely helpful NPC. It just says it on it.
Well, you pick up a lot here when you sell frog on a stick to the working class.
So, where would one start looking for the routes?
Well, I would just go to one of the offices and find out who is, what sort of goods come from this portal place you want to go.
We did.
No, but is it salt, or is there horses?
Where we're from doesn't exactly have a whole lot to offer the greater world as a whole.
You may still find something. I just know that you can't own the portal. You can own the knowledge of the portal. And you can have stewardship of a portal. So let's say I own a portal. And you, little girl, what's your name?
Hope.
Hope. You want to use my portal to bring in camels from the land you're from to trade on the market here in Figgle. But I only know where the portal is. I can't charge you a toll. But why would you still need permission from me? It would be because I have an army. And that army will make sure nothing unsafe happens while you use the portal that I don't own.
You guys, I
Clank?
think he owns a portal.
Opal nod and then look at Nash and
Oh, look! The frogs that are thicker done. And he reaches his two hands out and he offers one to Stanley. Or no, who wanted them? Nash and Varel.
Me and Varel.
That'll be 50 silver, please.
Pay the man, Varel.
It is paid.
Thank you. Please come again.
Whew.
Next,
Well.
please. And he goes to the next. There's a lineup forming behind you of more public servants of various kinds.
You said in your normal voice, you said next. Just like you were talking like that guy again. I love that.
Oopsies.
No.
Wouldn't that suck if I just some crazy magic happened and I was stuck speaking that way?
Oh no, you'd be like Cartman on that episode where he had Tourette's, but then he really couldn't stop. Remember that? Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a good episode of South Park. All right.
Are they good?
Oh, yeah. Are they good?
They're delicious. They taste like frog. I don't know what frog tastes like. Deep fried.
I've had frog. It tastes like oily duck. Like duck.
Do they
Yeah.
have bones? They have bones, right?
Yeah. You're eating the
Well,
frog.
they're
bones.
deep fried, so the bones are crunchy, but I think you still have to not eat them. They'll take them out. I'm not sure.
I know for the legs at least, you leave the bone.
Yeah.
Oh, you leave the bones in? Okay.
Yeah, you eat it like chicken bones. Or like chicken legs, kind of. I had some in
I
Mississippi
don't eat the
once.
bones and chicken legs.
All right, I will eat it and enjoy it.
Okay.
All right. Well, we've got frogs now, and we have a little bit more information. But I still don't know what they might want to export from our world. What did you mine in the solar mines, Nash?
Well, genius. What do you think we solar mined? What did we mine in the solar mines? Solar energy. Have I never explained this?
Honestly, at this point, I kind of think the solar mines could be just about anything.
It was solar energy. Not necessarily from the sun. That's all I'll say about that. But the whole idea was to harness.
Nope. See, now you've said something that is kind of key and you've glossed over it.
It's-
Where are you getting solar energy if not from the sun?
Well, I don't actually know, but I know that. And then I rush up to his face and say, "See these? See these?" And I point out all my pocks and marks and red flaming hot tumor holes and all that. Says, "I got this trying to do that dirty work." So I don't know where it came from. I don't know how we got it. I just know we were harnessing solar energy.
But not from the sun.
There was some sun, but mostly not from the sun. Correct. When the sun when the sun was collectible, we did, but when it wasn't, we were getting it from another source, and I don't want to tell you about that source. I don't want to get into it now.
That seems
So-
pretty important, Nash.
Wait a minute. You have an answer, you're just choosing not to give it.
Well, correct. What do you need it for? Why? What does it matter?
I'm curious what exports we might have, and honestly, now I'm just curious how you get solar energy not from the sun.
All right, fine. I can't tell you how many of my kind were killed needlessly building what they had to build in order to do this. But essentially, we took radioactive material from wherever we could find it, and we were commanded to take it to a central location in the mines. And in the mines, we would pile this in there, and it would create its own heat because it was still radioactive. And those who pushed us around figured out a way to harness that energy as solar energy because we couldn't get enough from the sun. So they had us gather it there, and that meant everybody got exposed to it, and you were replaceable. People would die. You bring in somebody else. They would get the radiation. That would be too much. They would get radiation sickness and every kind of possible cancer you can think of, and then they would die, and they would do the same thing over and over again. I lost thousands of friends to that hideous monstrosity of a stew pot.
Nash, that's terrible. That's awful. And I do feel bad that you went through that, but just as a point of clarification, I don't think that constitutes solar energy at that point.
Well, I would agree with you, but the net effect was the same, and they were able to still sell off this energy to those that would pay under the guise that it was solar, that it was natural, and that it was from the sun, but they were cheating. And we helped them cheat, but we also died. A lot of us died.
Do you know who they were selling it to?
No. Knowing what I know now about the principal, probably the principal. I have no idea, though. That was kept from us.
All right, well... Is there anything else we have an overabundance of in our world that they might want here?
Dirt. We have a lot of dirt.
I think
Sand.
most places seem to have a lot of dirt.
Sand and dirt. That's it. Slave labor.
People. All right. Well, we can ask around, see if anybody's heard of our world, has any idea of anything coming out of it.
Yeah, we'll reverse search it. We'll search for Earth first, and then if we can't find anything, maybe soul energy is what is the answer.
Or chrome.
That's not a bad idea.
Was he like licking his fingers?
That is true. We haven't seen an awful lot of chrome around these parts.
And I'll kind of, strip the stick through. Bet that's where it gets all his toys. Principal shops in Sigil.
I wouldn't put it past him necessarily. He certainly seems to be well off more than anybody else in that world. All right, let's go in one of the buildings, see what we can find.
Okay, so you just walk into a random building?
Yeah, they're not labeled or anything, right?
Nope. You just
All
pick
right,
a
yeah.
building and go. All right.
Let's pick a building.
All right, you pick a building, open it up, and it's a double door. So as you push the double doors open, you see that there's a large lobby. There are people sitting in chairs to the left and right. There appears to be two passages also leading off to the left side and right side of this antechamber. And in the center, there's a large desk with a woman, a human woman dressed in a working class frock, sitting there, and she appears to have a quill and ink and is writing on paper.
Varel, are you talking to her or am I? You're a celebrity around these parts. Maybe you got a little more pull than I do.
That's true. I just assumed since you were back, you'd do the talking,
I mean, I can talk. I can
Yeah.
certainly try, but you apparently are an sports fighting champion.
That's right.
Maybe she's a fan.
Maybe we shouldn't let Nash talk, though.
We should definitely.
Oh, you guys want me to do it? I can totally do it.
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Not do it. All right. Let me know if you need me to step in.
He said he had thousands of friends.
Okay, let's both go. I didn't really believe it, but I think there were people. I don't know.
Is that why he doesn't want to make new friends?
Maybe he was nicer then.
Fuck.
Hmm.
Then we'll
Yes.
strike a fancy pose as I've seen in magazines. We are looking for information regarding.
Oh, pardon me. Yes, please go on. And she gives you a lot of attention and respect.
We are looking for information on portals. We wish to make big trade purchases.
Portal information. Well, I'm very sorry, but you've reached the regulatory department for horse-drawn carriages and all the rules and registrations therein. However, there is a building for this. Do you know your way around the clerk's ward?
No, typically we have others that take care of this for us. Unfortunately, this is a more personal matter that we don't feel we can entrust to others and are seen to ourselves. So if there's
Certainly.
any help you can provide,
Say no
we
more.
would
Your
appreciate
business is your own. You would want to go to the Portal Regulatory Authority. That is, and she begins drawing a little hand-drawn map on with her ink and quill. Here you go. You're not too far, just 3 or 4 blocks. Follow the map, and you'll get to the Portal Regulatory Authority.
Thank you.
Sorry, not authority, agency. Can't be looking like you don't know what you're talking about. Anything else I can do for you, gentlemen, today?
I
That
think that will be all.
Thank you.
All right. Well, good day to you.
Turn around, using our map.
Right, you exit the building and you proceed deeper into the clerk's ward, walking 2 blocks in the direction that's just the way you came in, then turning right and going down a side street, then merging into a large square. This is a more busy area of buildings. There are a lot of people just sitting on benches, eating various street meats. There are restaurants and pubs sort of on the bottom area, and it appears to be kind of drawing close to lunch hour kind of deal. And well, it isn't drawing close to lunch hour, more of 10, but people have already started to drink and have their daytime meetings with their coworkers. You see that there is a labeled building in this square. At the end, it's the most ornate of all the buildings, and it says the Portal Regulatory Agency of Sigil in a sign. There.
All right, we go in.
All right, so you make your way across the square, and everyone roll a perception check, please.
Perception. Three.
Why can't I find perception?
I too got a 3.
22.
27.
Okay, so both Hope and Stanley. One of the things that strikes you about the square is there's a lot of people here, and it's pretty normal for your time in Sigil. Nothing unusual about that, but you do notice that there are a large amount of avian, bird creatures in the square. They're sort of milling together, pecking on food. There's even an old gentleman who appears to be throwing bread at the birds. And, you notice that there's a fair amount of birds circling up top, with all the food and street meat being eaten. Perhaps this is a natural climate for them to get the food from the humanoids, but still, you notice that there's a dense population of bird-like birds. Birds.
Okay. Birds, not nothing
Yeah.
birds.
Bird-like birds.
That's all. So you make your way across the. Now, Varel and Nash don't notice this at all. You guys make your way across the square, and you get to the front door. And these doors are particular. They seem to spin. People seem to walk through these glass contraptions, and then somehow get spit out on the other side. It's like a circle of doors.
Hope will watch for a bit and then go through.
Okay.
Yeah, same with Stanley.
Yeah. You see that people sort of seem to enter into this pie-shaped area and then choose one of the windows to push, and then all the windows spin around and it deposits them on the other side of the wall. Very strange.
I think I got this figured out. I'll go through.
Okay. You enter into the revolving door, make a There's no dungeoneering, eh? So what would this be? Make a survival check, please.
Survival check.
Mhm.
That's going to be. Oh, my survival's higher than I thought. A 13.
All right, so you push on the right door, and you manage to push your way through and into the portal regulatory agency. Inside, you notice that everything is gold trimmed. A lot of money in this building. A lot of wood paneling, a lot of gold trims, and a lot of people in expensive wear, clothing, chatting with one another. Do the rest of the
goes
party
there.
also make their way in?
Yeah.
Survival check from everyone, please.
A 20 not natural.
Okay. You make your way through the revolving door without incident.
18.
13. Oop.
Oh, sorry.
13 and 18?
Yeah.
Okay. You all make your way through the revolving door without incident. Very confusing door. But you all enter into the room and you see that everything is gilded in gold. There's gold, like, if there's a banister with stairs walking up it, it's gold on the banister. Every table has gold trim and edge on it. There is, like in the other building, a front desk with several men and women, humans, sitting at it, seemingly punching buttons on these large contraptions. And you hear the din of
Like typing?
yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think give a look to Varel. We're gonna move in with our fancy business. Yep.
Strike the pose.
All right, we move in, looking very important, very fancy.
So a few minutes goes by and nobody pays you any mind. But then a dwarf sort of sidles on up. It looks. Have you been helped?
We have not, and we have waited some time.
My apologies then. Have someone sent your way? Anagold? Yes. Can you please find out what these visitors want? Oh, yes. And then a halfling woman jumps off her chair. You would be forgiven for mistaking her for human because she's sitting really high up in a high chair, and as she jumps down her whole body length onto the ground and behind the counter. The counter lifts up. Ah! You hear as she pushes the gold gilded counter thing over, and she steps out. She's wearing very expensive frock. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Portal Regulatory Agency of Sigil. What can I do for you?
Well, we were hoping to inquire on information regarding a portal. We're looking to begin an import business and get some trade from a particular world.
Oh, and what? Okay, Portal. Do you have an appointment with any one of our clerks?
No, I don't believe we do.
Okay, well, let's see who's available to speak with you. And she opens up a little book that she has in here, in her hand. It's in her frock. She pulls it out of her frock. She flips open the book. Duetto is free.
Duetto?
Duetto College. He is an expert on all things regulatory as it pertains to the portals. He'll have a way to help you. Shall I pencil you in for an appointment?
Absolutely, that would be most helpful.
All right, so it won't be but 10 minutes if you'd kindly take a seat here. And can we get you any refreshments?
I could go for what do you got? Tell me what you have.
Well, we have tea and coffee. We could probably procure you some mead, although we don't have that here in the building. It is a workplace. But wines, various wines, a berry wine.
I'll do a berry wine. That sounds good.
All right. Anyone else for a refreshment while you wait for Duetto?
I'm good if anybody else needs anything.
Wine as well, please.
Oh, okay. Perfect. She looks a bit intimidated by you. For some reason, she has clearly reacted to your tiefling appearance.
Hope won't make eye contact.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll be right back with your refreshments, and soon enough you'll meet with Dueto. For now, we'll have a little break and see each other in 10 minutes. To the break! 10-minute break.
The actual
Oh,
break.
okay.
All
Hey,
right.
look
Oh,
at that.
actual
nice
break if you
bacon. I
want.
like that.
Yeah, that was
Fancy.
great. Well done.
An
All
actual
right.
break and an in-game break.
We will be back momentarily.